Hey gang, we're here at Anchor, kind of sitting out a pretty stiff breeze, and I wanted to take a few minutes and show you guys how we rig a swell bridle on airspeed. Alright guys, so the first issue is that the wind is coming from about 120, 130 degrees off the starboard quarter. But the swell, which is wrapping around Cape Santa Maria, is coming straight at us. And the rollers are pretty big, and they make sleeping really, really bad. So you'll basically have this issue whenever the rollers in the wind are at 90-ish degrees, 90 or more degrees to one another, because the rollers are going to hit you at 90 degrees to the wind, causing the boat to just roll like crazy back and forth, which makes sleeping just a nightmare. So we're gonna have some wind noise here, but hopefully you can just work through it with me. I'm gonna show you all the parts as we walk to the bow here. So obviously the first thing we have going on is the anchor chain. We let the anchor out. The anchor is way over there, okay? So you set the anchor, and then what you're gonna do is run a line all the way back here, make it fast to this winch here, and then let tons more chain out, like 50, 60 feet more of chain, so that you essentially establish a triangle between this aft line here, the swell bridle itself, and the chain, which is over here. So you're kind of creating an isosceles triangle, with the boat being the base of the triangle. In this case, the starboard side of the boat is the base of the isosceles triangle. You can then let off or take in on the swell bridle to adjust your angle to the swell. Make sure you put a snubber on the chain, because otherwise it's gonna be operating at like a 60-ish, about a 60-degree angle to the boat. And especially if you're running it through your bow roller here. We have big ears on our bow roller, which makes it a little better, but the reality is it makes a ton of noise and puts a lot of load on the windlass here. And that's a piece of equipment we do not want to overwork. So finally, just take a look at that wind. You can certainly hear it, and I'm really sorry about that, but that's part of the deal here. And I don't know if you can see these rollers coming in the camera, but they're pretty big. They're big enough to really upset the boat if the rollers were hitting us on the beam. Next time we set the swell bridle, I'm going to tape the entire thing so you guys can see the procedure on how to set it properly, and it will certainly save your nights. It'll save your sanity, and it's a great little trick to allow you to anchor in heavier winds in more anchorages than you would ever have available to you if you weren't using the swell bridle. So thanks, and make sure you hit that follow button, and you'll stay apprised of all of our crazy wild adventures on airspeed. Take care.